Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D Rose report. I could probably get through this without coughing. Did a little glue sniffing, so I'll probably be alright today. Randy Orton actually dislocated his shoulder on May 22nd in St. Louis playing a pickup basketball game with friends and doing a slam dunk. This was like 2 days before Over the Limit pay-per-view. This is like the third time though it's become dislocated. And anyway, the current plan is for Orton to focus on his physical therapy before eventually needing surgery for it. So maybe it really didn't happen at the pay-per-view. Just probably you're agitated. Alright, as noted before, we got Undertaker with a broken orbital bone after the match with Rey Mysterio 2 weeks ago. And Taker suffered the same injury like Orton, but he did in the mid-90s, and that's when he was feuding with, remember Mabel? Men on a Mission, Mom, or Big Daddy V. Regarding Jared Barty, this is kind of strange, who was fired. You talk about the old Peyton place. God. Jared Barty, who was fired from the WWE offices. It's the woman accused him of sexual harassment in Phoenix. She was a VIP in sales and marketing. The woman who was also fired was let go after allegedly getting caught performing oral sex on a man who worked with WWE talent brand management. The incident happened at WWE headquarters during business hours. Well, that's not going to happen during business hours. Anyway, the man was caught receiving oral sex, was also fired, and was, that's probably my wife, hearing that I'm saying too much about oral sex. Anyway, he was a favorite with the company, mainly Stephanie McMahon. But he was on the fast track for corporate advance before the incident happened. I don't know if I'd really call that an incident. I would say before the pleasure happened. Alright, ratings for Tuesday's NXT finale on Sci-Fi was up this week, scoring a 1.17 rating with about 1.5 million viewers. WWE announced the legendary musician and filmmaker Rob Zombie will be guest hosting in June 28th episode of Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's going to remain PG that night or not. Alright, I was telling you about Bruce Beresford Redmond, the Survivor producer who was accused of murdering his wife, was working on a reality show with former diva Miss Kitty Carter, well, Stacey Carter, before being accused of murder. And I think I was telling you about that yesterday, about the TMZ. Anyway, the show probably won't go on. Let me see. Oh, here's a spoiler-free thing for the Impact on, well, that already happened. I'm on the wrong page here. Hang on. Former diva Katie Lee Burchill has been added to WWC's anniversary show in 2010 at Puerto Rico. Other names include Scott Steiner, Sheldon Benjamin, Tommy Dreamer, Tony Atlas, Carlito, Primo, and others. Former WWE star Funaki, remember him? Anyway, he competed for the Hustler promotion in Japan on May 30th. Funaki teamed with another to defeat, a tag team there. I thought I was going to get through this without coughing. I don't know what the Hustle promotion is for sure. Early numbers for WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view has the show doing just under 200,000 eyes. Former Incognito and Don, he was Tito Colon, well, the Carlito brothers. Anyway, they defeated the Uso twins last night at the developmental show to become the new I'll be there in a minute, FCW tag champs. The two are now teaming under the name of Los Armidos. Wrestling Observer. Anyway, that means the Uso twins, they're free now to come over to Raw and invade whatever matches they want to invade. Wrestling Observer newsletter said Mike Davison Wrestling Fan Experience, which is WFX promotion, is saying that they have signed a TV deal with Tough TV, Lone Star TV Network, and America One for its weekly TV show. Names are claiming on their roster as Hurricane, Jesse Goddard's from CBS Big Brother, Christopher Daniels, Charlie Haas, Kip James, Hardcore Holly, Tajiri, Bushwhacker Luke Gangrel, Sabu, Larry Zbyszko, and the Survivor Series star Johnny Fairplay, and Rupert Bonham. Now that's, if you didn't catch that, that's Mike Davidson's Wrestling Fan Experience with an experience. Anyway, they say they've signed all that. I'm not sure where that is, but anyway, WWE ratings from this past week in Mexico saw SmackDown with Rey Mysterio versus Undertaker do a 10.5. And Raw on Memorial Day did its holiday deal in Mexico, doing a 9.2. Good numbers. WWE Hall of Famer Bill Watts, who just turned 71, is getting married for the 5th time soon. Oh boy, he didn't ask me first. I'm on my 5th one. Chris Kanyon, the book Wrestling Reality, is a book that late Chris Kanyon was working on before his death and will be released soon. It says Chris Kanyon, the book Wrestling Reality. Look for it. CM Punk, he's back on the road with WWE over the weekend on live events. SmackDown events will be headlined by Big Show versus CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio versus Jack Swagger to get them ready for the Fatal 4-Way. Jeff Hardy's trial, by the way, has been was scheduled to begin yesterday morning in North Carolina with Judge James Webb. No word on what happened in court, though, but when I hear something, I'll be back on here with it. The feeling within TNA right now that Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan won't be leaving anytime soon. I ain't saying anything. Awesome Kong recently tried to trademark the Awesome Kong name so she could use it on the independent scenes. Right now she's using Amazing Kong name until the issue is settled. And to me it doesn't make any difference whether it's awesome or amazing. We know it's still you, Kong. Mr. Anderson's recent babyface turn in TNA was a decision that was made before the Sacrifice pay-per-view where he wrestled Jeff Hardy. Updated card for the Slammiversary pay-per-view coming out of last night's Impact is Sting for the world title taking on Rob Van Dam. TNA X Division, Brian Kendricks taking on Doug Williams. TNA Tag Champs, Matt Morgan and his invisible friend taking on, the band. TNA Knockout Roxy taking on Madison Reigns. We got Kurt Angle taking on Kazarian. We got Jeff Hardy taking on Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson taking on Beer Money. Brother Ray versus Jesse Neal. Ratings for Tuesday's NXT finale on Sci-Fi was up this week. Well, I was talking about 1.14. Then we got the Rob Zombie showing up. What do you think? I don't know whether he'll be playing any music, he might be plugging another movie, but if you've seen any of his movies, they are far from PG. Actually, they're far from R. They're on the verge of X, but maybe they're trying to get the horror fans in there now. Hey, that's about all I got so far, but I'll let you know if I find out anything on Jeff Hardy's trial, whatever happened, and I don't think it got continued, but maybe it did, and that's why we haven't heard anything lately. On what transpired out of yesterday, but I appreciate you guys clicking. Check back later. I gotta go.